Welcome to the city where you were born. You are angry at Fontaine, yes? Now you know the truth. You are his tool, brought back to Rapture to save him. You have committed many sins, but perhaps you can find some redemption. While you sleep, I undo some of Fontaine's mental conditioning. His control is no longer complete, but he can still pull some very unpleasant strings.
That's mine.
Remit your mind with many locks and keys. Fontaine has most of those keys, but not all. Suchong designed your mind, taught Fontaine to control you. You might find answers in Suchong's flat in Mercury Suites.
Anyway, hello everybody, it's Evan Sharkcast. Okay, it's Evan Shark. Okay. Anyway, it's Evan Sharkowski. Welcome back to more. Okay, it's welcome back to more.
Stay away from him.
If the game would kindly let me speak. Last time we made it. If. Okay, come on. Thank you. Okay.
And now you've got hooked up with Tenenbaum, huh, kid? She's a regular mother goose. Alright, fun's fun, kid. But now, go get stepped on by a big daddy. Would you kindly?
Anyway, as I keep
I says, would you kindly go get stepped on by a big daddy? Seems like Mother Goose has been playing around in your egg salad. If you won't dance to that tune, I got others. Code Yellow. I just told your brain to tell your heart to stop beating. Not right off the bat, mind you. The heart's a stubborn muscle, but it ain't that stubborn.
Anyway, it's like.
If you are free of Fontaine's control, then you can have your revenge. And we can keep my little ones out of his filthy hands.
Anyway, as I keep trying to say. Yep. Last time we managed to get into Andrew Ryan's office and kill him. However, once we killed him, we discovered a pretty significant twist, all things considered, that the Atlas we thought was an actual human being, he didn't exist. It turned out that the Atlas that we thought we knew this whole time was Frank Fontaine, a person, I forget what his role was in Rapture, who wanted to kill, wanted to kill Ryan in order to get access to his city. Which may I just say, I actually really like that twist. I mean, sure. To be completely honest with you, I didn't trust Atlas right from the beginning. I never trusted him at all. And by that logic, the Atlas betrayal is technically pretty predictable. And that should be instantly labeled as a terrible betrayal because, it's predictable. But no, honestly, I think the Atlas betrayal is one of the better betrayals I've seen. Granted, people are going to disagree with me. I know there have been people that think that there have been way better betrayals in video games. And honestly, the Atlas betrayal isn't even my favorite betrayal in any game. In fact, it just barely cracks my top 3 betrayals. But I love just how well it was set up. Like, yes, it could be argued as predictable, but the way that Atlas manipulated you throughout the game up to this point, it just made that betrayal so effective, despite how honestly pretty predictable it was. Once again, yes, it is predictable if you really think about it. But I think it's brilliant. People are more than welcome to disagree with me, but... And I've actually heard some people argue that the Fontaine arc is honestly their least favorite arc in the game. But I have to disagree there. I honestly think that the Fontaine arc is probably my favorite. I don't know why. It's just... To be fair, I've only done one full playthrough of BioShock 1 up to this point. So maybe I would have a different opinion if I had played BioShock 1 more. But as it stands now, the Fontaine arc is actually my favorite arc in BioShock 1. I know that a lot of people think that BioShock 1's final arc is the weakest, but like I said, I disagree. I think it's the best. Just with that huge okay, I wouldn't say it's a huge twist because some can find it very predictable and see it coming, like I did. It's still a pretty major mind fuck. I'll admit that it's a pretty major one. Like, even if you saw it coming, like, even if you saw it coming, that does not make it a bad twist. Just because something is predictable does not mean it's bad. In fact, some of the better video game plot twists I've seen are actually pretty predictable. But it was just how they...
That Tannenbaum ain't what you think. Florence Nightingale, huh? That'll all come crashing down for you can say... canned tomatoes. I've seen good bunco, and I've seen great bunco. But when you waltz through Rapture and World War II without even a scratch, you got more than leprechauns watching over you.
Fontaine's become some kind of boogeyman in Rapture. That myth gives him power. But peel back Flim Flam and a humbug, he's just another conman. And like all conmen, he worries he'll end up on the wrong side of grift. That's why he commissioned Lot 192, the antidote to the mental control plasmid. Fontaine said I better not tell anybody about the antidote, not even Tannenbaum. And Suchong is inclined to listen.
I knew there was something to that. Always secrets when with Suchong, always secrets. He must have this Lot 192 in his labs near Apollo Square. I once stole a dose and brought it back to my flat on the second floor, but those apes would have taken it back to Fontaine's penthouse upstairs. I never knew what Lot 192 was for, but Suchong was doing something. On this, I keep my eye.
Anyway, even though some people found Fontaine to be a pretty uninteresting villain, especially...
That's it, kid. You're busto. My new friends will catch up with you soon.
Anyway, I know some people find Fontaine a pretty uninteresting villain, especially compared to someone like Andrew Ryan, which where while I can understand why people think Fontaine is less interesting than Ryan, once again, I have to disagree. I personally like Fontaine a bit more than I liked Andrew Ryan. Not to say that Andrew Ryan was a bad antagonist. Far from it, mind you. It's just, I personally find Fontaine a more compelling villain. Just because, once again, the manipulation he was able to do of the protagonist, I really like that. And yes, like I said, even if the betrayal was obvious, I'm pretty sure even the haters of the twist cannot deny how brilliantly it was done. Wait, what? Was that a... Okay, never mind. I thought that was a Big Daddy. I'm on to you. So yes, at the time of this recording, I have officially announced my Let's Play of Final Fantasy IX. Yeah, that's... As I said in that video, I'm very much looking forward to Let's Playing it, because, once again, also like I said in that announcement video, I love Final Fantasy IX a lot. I think it's probably the best game in the series, at least in my personal opinion. I think it's the best Final Fantasy game. People are going to disagree with me, that's pretty much a guarantee. Because best Final Fantasy game is something that's never going to be settled. Because, well, taste, well, as everyone knows, is subjective. Just because I love Final Fantasy IX doesn't mean everyone else is going to. Hell, I know some people that didn't like Final Fantasy IX. And...
Look at my home, torn apart by Fontaine and his pigs. No doubt he had the samples of Lot 192 taken to his penthouse. Entrance is in lobby, but the damn thing is always locked. You will not believe me, but there was a time when this place was all so beautiful.
Anyway.
What do you take me for? Some kind of mental incompetent? We tossed Mother Goose's roost the moment she decided to grow a conscience. You won't find nothing here, kid. Just maybe her memories. And trust me on this, you don't want 'em.
Anyway, and like I said, I can understand why people wouldn't like it. But I personally think Final Fantasy IX is a masterpiece. For me personally, the pros of Final Fantasy IX is... how do I put it? For me personally, the pros of Final Fantasy IX very much outweigh the cons. Not saying 9 is perfect. I'm not ever going to say it was perfect. But it was just more significant to me personally due to just the story and characters. Granted, wait, what? Okay. Granted, my favorite character in the series is still what's his face? Crap. I'm blanking on his name. Why am I blanking on his name? Okay, yeah, my favorite character in the series is still Cecil from Final Fantasy IV. But Zidane from 9 is honestly very, very close on my personal list of favorite Final Fantasy characters. Now I understand that Final Fantasy characters, yeah, they tend to be pretty hit or miss. And I mean, like, very hit or miss. Like, most of the time, pretty miss. Which shames me because, contrary to what people might believe, there are actually a lot of really great games in the Final Fantasy series. People just have to look harder. Okay, come on.
I don't like this any more than you do, kid. But you gotta understand where I'm coming from. I got 12 years down here. Big investment. Man can't walk away from a long con like that.
Anyway, let us move over. Oh, power to the people station. Okay, let's use that. Consumption rate down. Okay. Honestly, I wish that there was an upgrade for this weapon that would boost the... I wish there was an upgrade available that would, you know, wow. How do I put it? That would... Wow. That would decrease the amount of time needed to reload the chemical thrower, because the reload time on that is a little bit ridiculous. Then again, to be completely fair, if there was an upgrade that allowed you to, you know, decrease the amount of time needed to reload pretty much any of the weapons, they'd be pretty overpowered. Though, to be fair, the shotgun is already pretty overpowered. Like, it's really freaking overpowered. Which I am very thankful that the shotgun was much better balanced in BioShock 2. Yes, as much as I really don't like BioShock 2 nearly as much as BioShock 1, and think it's not nearly as good, I will give it this. It did vastly improve on the combat. Not to say that BioShock 1 had bad combat. It just suffered from pretty bad balancing. Once again, using the shotgun as an example, which honestly had pretty bad balancing in BioShock 1. Yes, as much as I love BioShock 1, I do have problems with it. Once again, like the terrible balancing of the shotgun. I think that was horribly balanced. And I just mistimed my jump. Okay. Anyway, the topic I wanted to discuss for this video... Wow, we're still trying to find my way to this thing, wherever that is. Mark Mercury suits. Okay, my bad. I was completely forgetting where to go. Okay, let us go back. Anyway. How do I put it? This was another topic that I've actually been wanting to talk about for a little bit. Not terribly long, at least. Not as long as I've wanted to talk about. Say, for example... Actually, hang on. How do I get back over there? Okay, anyway. The fact that opinions are taken so... poorly on the internet, that's... Like I said, I haven't wanted to talk about this quite as long as that, but this is something that's been on my mind for a while. And that is credibility of one's opinion on the internet. And that seems like a pretty obvious thing. I mean, shouldn't everyone have the equal amounts of credibility as everyone else? And to be completely fair, credibility is a difficult thing to gain, because when you really think about it, the problem remains that crap. And I just lost my train of thought. I'm just gonna move on to the point I wanted to talk about. Anyway, the point I want to bring up concerns the Big Daddies. To be completely honest, definitely on my first playthrough, they quickly lost their intimidation factor. Like, when I first started BioShock 1 on my first playthrough, I thought they would be very difficult enemies to kill. I thought I would have a hell of a time trying to kill them. But for some reason I don't understand, they just don't pose really any threat.
Kills me to turn my fist to you, but business is business. Don't let it get you down. Won't make a difference when this whole place is fish food.
Like, do not get me wrong, I really like the Big Daddies and think they're a really fine addition. But that's just the thing. Due to just how easy they are to kill, especially at this point in the game, just... they pose no threat at this point, which is a real shame because the game really hypes them up to be this really dangerous enemy that you should try to avoid. Frankly, if I wish they could have improved anything from the original version to the BioShock Collection version, honestly, they really should... Wait, what? Okay, okay, to be fair, I've only played this game all the way through on easy, so my opinion might change if I play on a higher difficulty. But as it stands, for anyone who plays it on easy, they put up absolutely zero threat. Now, I get it, this is meant to show how strong you've become over the course of the game. But this really isn't how you're supposed to do it. Like, you don't hype up an enemy as much as you hype up the Big Daddy, and then later on in the game make it so that even some of the more basic splicer enemies put up more of a fight than the Big Daddies. I don't know, maybe like give them a more complex moveset or something. I don't know. Just anything to make them have at least a fiber of intimidation factor. Because as it stands, the Big Daddies are not intimidating at all. In fact, they're about as intimidating as a 2-year-old that's doing nothing. Like,
That's quite a little monster Fontaine's dug up. When she does speak, which is almost never, her accent is thick and grating. Her hair is filthy and she seems to wear the same mustard-stained jumper day after day. But I've got to hand it to Frank. Tenenbaum is the all-time diamond in the rough. No formal training, no experience, but put her in front of a gene sequence and she's Mozart at the harpsichord.
okay, anyway, and okay. Okay, anyway. Okay, upgraded the insect swarm, good. But honestly, I think the Big Daddies are the biggest example
Attention, any public congregation of more than 4 persons.
I can think of that of an enemy that seemed really cool at the beginning of the game, but quickly lost any sort of intimidation factor. I think the Big Daddies might be the worst case I can think of. Thankfully, BioShock 2 made the Big Daddies look a little cooler, albeit not much cooler, because they were... Because all BioShock 2 really did was let us play the Big Daddy. Like, that's really the only thing they made to make the Big Daddies look any cooler, or be any cooler. It's... I just don't like that fact. And honestly, I think we probably should end off this episode soon, because we've been running pretty high on time. And yes, I know I'm lost. It's just one of those cases where I completely forgot what I'm supposed to do. Once again, blame the fact that I haven't played this game in so long on that. So, pretty much, my points really boils down to the fact that the Big Daddies had so much potential, but it was really never realized, which again is a real shame. Okay then. Yeah, I think I am going to just end it off here, and hang on, gotta kill this thing. Whatever. Where did it go?
Come on, come on.
Okay then, yeah, I am Evan Sharkowski. I will just see you in the next video. Bye.